Okay, well, I don't know. How am I gonna do that? I'm gonna have to sit down. I guess we'll see if we can make work in the sunshine. Okay, well, I don't know. This is my peace flag, just so you know. Peace from Brazil. Well, I'm not in Brazil, you know. Well, I don't want to tell you, but, I was going to tell you more about the word fuckface. What is fuckface? Fuckface is anybody who calibrates under 500 on the scale of human consciousness. That means, well, if you're at 100% human, you're calibrated at 1,000 on the scale of human consciousness. Buddha and Jesus calibrated at 1,000, they're fully human. Um, well, halfway down the scale is 500, and that's what we expect everybody here. Meet us halfway. Jesus and Buddha would say, at least meet us halfway. You lazy bastards. Because really, you should already be at 1,000. I mean, seriously, it's innately in you to be at 1,000. Why aren't you? Because you're fuck-faced. But at least meet us at 500. Minimum standard for human. Because I just muscle tested my town and the collective is at 201. 201 on the scale of human consciousness that goes from 1 to 1,000. Well, I'm just converting it. I'm just knocking off a zero. And I'm just saying 1,000 is 100% of 100% human. I don't know, going around in circles. What I'm trying to tell everybody is like, I'm calling you a fuckface because you're not even at 500 on the goddamn scale. Adolf Hitler would have called you subhuman. Because that's the way he looked at it. Eugenics and things. It was like, so like he based it upon race and, but whatever. But, if you did the same thing, Dr. Martin Luther King said, judge people on the quality of their character. He didn't say don't judge anybody. Because a lot of people, New Age people, are don't judge anybody, don't judge anybody. I'm the party monster. I'm out murdering people. It's like, no, fuck off with that. It's just, you don't judge people because they're gay or, they're, an extraterrestrial or, something. I don't know. Because you have to get used to the idea that people might not look the same as you. But, you can still judge them. I mean, Chewbacca doesn't look like us. But he was judged for eating other, sentient birds, and, he was pilloried and ostracized or whatever. So if you're still eating, like, birds and meat, it's like, holy smokes, you didn't watch the last Star Trek, or Star Wars, did you? Okay, so we're being attacked by demonic energy. What is that? It's recalcitrant. It's just bad energy. What is it? It's Antichrist energy. What's Antichrist? Well, some people think Antichrist is good. It's like, well, you want to die? If you have horrible horrible gas pains and diarrhea, that's Antichrist. Do you want that? Yeah, well, some people want that for other people. Black magic. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it's all about. Wanting bad things for other people. That's called negative prayer, also known as hexing someone. Praying that bad things will happen to somebody else. If you're like an old-time Roman Catholic with a very strong superego and, you're very hung up, or you're in the Baptist church and you're hung up in the book of Leviticus about, the prohibitions, and one of them is that you're gay, well, then you're going to have self-hatred, horrible self-hatred. And what do I need to do with that? Well, you need to disarm your superego. Well, David R. Hawkins of Consciousness Research tells us that those books in the Old Testament, most of them are negative books. They're books put there by the devil. Indeed, and he said the book of Revelation was put in the New Testament by the devil. Council of Nicaea, somebody thinks it was around the year 200 and something, 255, I'm not sure. Anyways, that's what they say. Well, because if it's a negative book, then throw it away, ignore it. You can listen to Martin Sheen playing President Bartlett on the West Wing when he gives his Bible-thumping non-supportive people a good tongue lashing when he gives a speech about the Bible and some of these ridiculous things. Well, you need to know because you're a modern person, a modern man, and you know you didn't live 2,000 years ago, so you need to be able to interpret these texts that have come down. What about it being the living word? Well, it is. Because it is. Does it mean it's not some of it's negative? I don't know. It depends upon the preacher and the way that they're presenting things to you. I don't know. You have to go with the Arcturian Council because they're higher in consciousness than the rest of us. Well, I don't know. The Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton. Let's see. We have permission. Calibrating their consciousness. They calibrate over 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. 900. So, yeah, they're like 90% of, what you can do as a human. So, listen to people, like seriously, if you're like into like developing your physical abilities, well, people listen to Wim Hof because he shows you on camera. Well, I just showed you on camera using muscle testing that the Arcturian Council, who calls us, they tell us we're source energy beings. Daniel Scranton, you just go on YouTube, it's free. Listen to them, they're wonderful. They puzzle me all the time, just so you know. Quite often I find myself befuddled with them because they'll say something and it doesn't appear like anything's happening. Well, just call that surface clutter. It's just witty banter, but the only thing that you really need to remember when they tell you anything is you are a source energy being. And in their talks, anytime they say source energy being, then listen exactly what they mean by source energy being. Source is, we all come from source. Energy means, energy is ability to do work. We learned that from physics. Being is, to be or not to be, that is the question. Well, we're alive. If we're beings, then we're alive. Not to be is dead. So we want to stay alive, and alive is, I don't know, you want to stay way up at the top of the scale of human consciousness and then keep going because that's even more alive. I don't know, Jesus was at 1,000 and he was able to raise the dead, wasn't he? So, I'm the resurrection and the life. You just say that. It's just follow Jesus. He said, follow me. And what do? He says, I'm the resurrection and life. Then you say that too. Okay, well, I'm the resurrection and the life too. And there I am. And that's truth that you put into your heart chakra. Is right where it belongs. Because your heart chakra is going to go and reset all your other chakras. Well, especially your monkey mind up here. Well, and then you got these other chakras up here that connect you to the universe and your soul star that goes down to the, I don't know. I just repeat whatever the people tell me. I don't know. I'm just a dumb bunny, but I'm trying to put it all together. And, this is how I come up together with my little talk to try and give you an idea of what, the way it all plays out today. Okay, so what else do you need to know? What does it mean when I put that into my heart chakra? Well, the preacher of Penticton many years ago, Penticton, British Columbia, the preacher said, this is your bank account, right here in your heart. What do you put in your bank account? Well, actually, he said more than your bank account. He said this is your safety deposit box. Right here, your heart. The things most valuable to you, what are those things? Well, they should be things that have to do with things that are very high on the scale of human consciousness. You don't want to put in crappy things in here. You don't want to put lies in there. What are lies and what aren't? Well, you need to put in strong truth. Strong truth that knows. Because if you don't know, then you're like all of us. Because we're just monkey-minded things and we just don't know in the end. We know we're all programmed by the TV. We know we're programmed by advertising. We know it, but it's still, just because we know it doesn't mean that we know how to get rid of all the programming. It's like, I know I'm programmed. I know I must have all these, brainwashings and things. I know, but I don't know what to do about it. So what you do, put some real truth in there. Well, that's Jesus' truth. I'm the resurrection and the life. Is that good enough? Let's muscle test to see. Okay, that's good enough. To raise your consciousness to 1,000. It's not. Okay, what else do we need? Okay, intuitively, let's see what else we're going to need. Um, we have to wait because we have a question on the floor. What else do we need? And I don't have anything coming in yet. So we have to wait for maybe a download. That's what they call like a strong intuition comes in, and you can muscle test that. Well, because it's an ongoing thing. You learning about things you can do, trying them and seeing if they work or not. Some people's teachings just don't work for me. Some people say they work, and I go, I think you're insane. I can't see how it's going to work, but they keep insisting. I don't know. I can't get in their head. Why do we want to do muscle testing? I don't know. It's a testing that I like to use. It's about me checking with me